it's Critter Care, and in this video I want to talk to you about the Mini Educator by eCollar Technologies. It's an e-collar or remote collar device for dog training. If you want to see it, it's right here. This is the box that it comes in. This is the remote, receiver. Now, the reason why I want to talk to you about this is because it's a remote collar that I really enjoy using and that I recommend to many of my clients and dog owners in general. Now, if you're participating in any of my dog training programs and you want to do off-leash training, this is what I'm going to suggest to you. Some people want to maybe find something cheaper. Please don't do that. Take it from someone who has purchased, the 70, 50, I think it was $70 that I purchased a remote collar and it was horrible. Okay, don't go on the cheap side. The Mini Educator is a fantastic remote. It's reliable. So many great reasons about it, and we'll get a little into that. But it ranges about around $200 from ecollar.com. It's by eCollar Technologies. I didn't mention that already. So $200 is not a big deal. I know it's not super cheap, but it is affordable for if you really want to have an awesome relationship with your dog and be able to have reliable communication. Don't go the cheap route. Save your pennies. I mean, there's definitely tons of ways you could save $200. Please do that. Don't go the cheap route. This is well worth your money. You shouldn't have to buy another one. It should last you a very long time. So go with the Mini Educator, eCollar Technologies. They make different models, of course. This is just the one that I use. You could spend more money, less if you want to get accessories, or if you wanted a multiple dog remote. This one that I have is for one dog, but you can buy them for multiple. So I mean, the price will vary depending on what you want or what you need. They make other models that have even higher power for more difficult dogs. But for the average dog and most dogs, even dogs that deal with aggression issues, the Mini Educator is just a great product. Okay, now talk about the Mini Educator. Alright, so the box comes in when you purchase it. You can buy it directly through ecollar.com, but of course there are many other websites, online stores that you can buy these through, including Amazon. Amazon, you should be able to find it, maybe $30 cheaper if you're a Prime member. You could probably get it a lot quicker, right? Same day stuff. So, depending on how urgent you are in getting it, and you could go that route, save a few bucks. The Mini Educator is a really cool product. As far as remotes go, it has 0 to 100 levels, okay, which is very, very important. You don't want to buy a remote that has only a few or doesn't even say how many levels it has. If it just has a dial, don't get it. You should be able to see the amount of levels that it has. It does have a half-mile range, okay, so it's more of a range than you need. You probably just need it just for your property. Or maybe if you're out hiking and stuff, but I really doubt you're gonna let your dog get a half-mile away from you. Okay, but it's still great to know. It comes with a very long strap, so you can adjust it. You just cut it to adjust your dog's width of your neck. It has different stimulation modes. It of course has the regular stem. It also has vibrate and tone, but for us, we're not even going to use that. Not necessary. It is waterproof. It's both the receiver and so the collar and the remote, both waterproof, so you can take it to the beach, lake, river, whatever, in the rain. No worries. Don't even worry about it. It also has a night light on it, so if you're out at night, you can see where your dog's at. Lot of great things. The transmitter floats. What else? That's pretty much all the good stuff that you would really like to know. Other than that, let's get into it and just kind of show you how to turn it on and how to use it, all that good stuff. So, here's your box. Okay. Got your remote right here, Mini Educator, and your collar, okay? Now inside the box, so you got those things. You of course got your handy dandy manual, okay? So read through that, go through all the stuff. Of course you have my video and probably a lot of other videos online that you could look at. But go through it, get familiar, very important. Comes with the lanyard. I lost mine because I don't use it. But if you like to keep it around your neck, then it comes with that, so it's always attached to you, because that is very important that you always have it with you. Also comes with a little baggie of tools. Here, it's got I'll empty it out for you and show you. Of course, I'm going to go over certain things right now, but okay, so in the little baggie it comes with different size stem contact points. Okay, this is your little tool here to, you know, undo the contact points, change sizes if necessary, and a couple of little tools that we'll get into a bit later. Okay, so first off, you have your remote. It's very nifty. It holds really nicely in your hand. Fits your hand really well. You know, even for larger hands, it's great. I know I have small hands, but you know, works great. So nice fit. It's meant for right hands, so they don't make anything for the left. So you kind of have to learn. You know, I've seen some people trying to figure it out with their left. I mean, you just can't look at the dial if you hold it in your left hand, but honestly, it's actually not important. I don't really want you looking at the screen so much, at the dial screen. So if you can figure that out, then good on you. Okay, so first off, how do you turn on the remote? On the back side, it's got on and off and light, right? So that middle button, I'm gonna press and hold, and it's on. The screen is on. Okay. If you notice on the top the screen it says 1D, that stands for one dog. Okay, so you can buy other receivers. Actually, I think this one is a 2 dog, now that I think about it. But you can change that. I've just never messed with that because I only use it for 1 dog. You know, I've never had to use that. But yeah, you can get multiple dog remotes. Even if they make some, I think up to 4 or 6 maybe. So really cool. Depending on how big your pack is, you may need that. Okay, so there you go. It's on. Now, let's talk about the screen. So the 1 dog. Now you may wonder what that M and C stands for, right? So the M stands for momentary, while the C stands for continuous. Now, what do those mean? They represent these 2 buttons, okay? And this is how I'm going to have you set it up if you're one of my clients and you're going to be working with one of my programs. This is how I'm going to have you set it up. So I want it to always look like this, with the M and C on the sides. The M is going to stand for this black button right here. Now they both have S's on them representing stem. Okay? The reason why they don't have M or C is because you can actually change what the buttons mean. Okay? And that, you know, works with the screen. I'm going to show you how you could change it, just so you know, in case you accidentally change it and you're like, oh, what happened to my screen? It's not right. Okay? So I don't want that to mess up your training. So, but for us, the black is going to mean M, and the C is going to mean, the red is going to mean C. So, momentary and continuous. Okay? So, when you hold it in your hand, right, it's going to be momentary, continuous. Okay? So, momentary means, they both mean exactly what they mean. Momentary is 1 moment, right? 1 second. So, when I press it, see how it flashed red? Right? So I'm holding it down. It only flashed once, which means it only stemmed once. Okay, now I press the red button. I'm going to hold it. The red is constantly or continually on. So it's a constant stem. It can go up to 10 seconds long, and then it will automatically shut off, just like so. Okay, or you can tap it just like you would momentary. And so the cool thing about that is that I am only going to have you use the orange button, actually, or the red button. Okay, because you can do momentary or you can do continuous. No reason for you to really have 2 buttons. It's easier for us to learn using 1 button, because you can do as you need, whether it be continuous or momentary. Okay, so that's what the M and C stand for in those buttons. That's how you're going to have it set up. On the side here, this is T, and it stands for tone. Okay, so when you press it, it's going to light up, but I don't have the receiver on yet, but it's going to make a sound, or you can set it up to make a vibration. But we're not going to use either one of those, so don't even worry about it. It's not useful for what we're doing. So how do you change the screen, right? You might accidentally press this button back here where it says M and C. Okay? sorry, it won't focus for you, but hopefully you can see that says M and C right here. And so when I press it, notice what happens to the screen. It's only M now. Press it again, it's only C. Press it again, it's M and C, and that's what we want. So if you ever see where it's just M or just C, just click the button until you see both of them on there. Now if you only have one of them on, these buttons are going to mean different things, but we're not going to get into that because it's not important, because we're not going to do that. So just make sure that your screen always says M and C. Alrighty? Now, another thing, right, is of course the dial up here. This is how you're going to change your levels. So if you notice right now, it's at 0. Now you turn your dial up, it goes all the way up to high. That just means 100. So if you dial it back down, and see, here we go, 98, 99, right? So that way you know it does actually go up to 100. Sorry that it's backwards on your screen. It's probably going to, all letters are going to be backwards, but hopefully you get the idea, right? So I'm not sure why that's like that. I don't know how to fix that. But anyway, so just so you know, it has a 0 to 100 levels. So when you hold it in your hand, or you can see it right now. Or no, it's still, I'm sorry, it's still backwards. I don't know why I was thinking that. Yeah. Okay, so, so anyways, okay, so you're holding it in your hand. So the way you're going to kind of hold it is just like so. You're going to keep your fingers on the red and, you know, well, this one doesn't really matter, but it's comfortable to hold it that way, right? So that way, with this, you can kind of turn the dial while you're even pressing the stem. So if I'm, oh, well, it's at 0, so it's not going to stem. There we go, so it's at 2, so I can actually dial while I turn this. Now it's going to take time for you to kind to get comfortable with it and figure it out, you know, so I'm dialing and pressing, holding, whatever. Just give it time, get used to it. You can even fiddle around with it, don't put it on your dog, just get used to how it fits in your hand and how you're going to use it, okay? So just that's kind of how you hold it, right? Okay, so now, how do you turn on the remote? Okay, so here we go. First off, so the really cool thing about it is it has a magnet, okay, which is how you turn it on. Okay, so how do you turn on the collar? Cool thing, it has magnets. So you see those 2 red dots there. What we're going to do is we're going to touch them up with each other, and you're going to see the collar go on. As you can just see, it is flashing green. Okay, so now it's on, and we know that the remote is on because we turned that on as well. So this will flash green, this will flash green, and just as a little note to figure out what your power or your battery life is like on these. Green means that it's, you know, it's good to go, you got plenty of life. Amber means that it's running low. Red means it's dead. Let's put that thing on the charger for sure, okay? And it does come with the charger too, by the way. Forgot to say that. You just plug them both in, which would be my next point. Okay, so you know how to turn it on. So on the collar, see what it's got here. It's got this little black flap here, which is where you plug in your charger. Over here on your remote, it also has the same thing. Little black flap, plug your charger in there. Charges fairly quickly. Okay, so you just and honestly, your battery lasts several days, but I stick it on there probably every couple days. Just to make sure that it's good to go, so I don't have to take any chances. Now also on the collar, it's got these contact points, right? These are these little doohickeys right here. Cool thing is, if you need to have a different size, you can change out the contact points. It comes with 2 different sizes, this being the little bit larger size. I have the smaller size on here. Now, reasons why you may need to change a size would depend on the thickness of the coat of your dog. If you're kind of an average dog and it's just got a little hair, These guys are good, especially if you have really short hair, maybe like a boxer or something of that sort. You just need the small ones. But then if you have, you know, something maybe a little thicker, German Shepherd maybe, something thick like that. Then you start getting your Huskies and really your thick, like Chows. You may need to purchase separate contact points. From e-collar, they sell other sizes in case you're having issues for those really thick furs. But for your average dog, these two, you should be able to figure something out. It's really just important that it touches the skin, okay? So also, the collar comes in a very, very long size, so you just cut it down to what you need, you know, for your dog. I keep it a little larger just because I'm weird and, you know, always want to have the right fit. So it hangs a little, you know, a little bit off like that on my dog. And I put a little marker there just because I know like about the size to put it on her neck. Not that it's always that size. It depends on where exactly I have it on her neck. But make sure the fit is really tight. When it's too tight, it's just right. Okay? So, because it needs to be able to touch your skin. Now, if it's loose and it's moving around, it's way too loose. It should not move around. It might slightly move, you know, when they shake their head, something like that. But it shouldn't be loose at all, or else you're not going to get anywhere with your dog. So make sure that it's on tight. Okay. So that is that. Now another cool feature is the nightlight on it. How do you turn that on? Right back on the on and off button, you'll see that L, right? You press it once, you get a flashing light. Press it again, it's a constant light. It's very bright, works great, so if you take your dog out at night a lot, this is a nice little handy tool. You can turn it on and know where your dog's at. Now, this is a tool, by the way, that you loosen up your contact points. Another little tester is it comes with this thing to test out your contact points, make sure that they're working. Try it this way. You know what? Do this so you can actually see the red light when I'm stemming it. Okay, so in case you need to do it, see it's at level 5. Can you see that? Make sure. It's really hard to see the light. If I put it on higher, I think it goes on higher. Sorry, it won't focus. There you go. You can see it now. Okay, so all red, it's stemming, it's working. Okay, so it comes with that in case you need to. You can also buy accessories for it if you need to, like, keep it on you. I buy a belt clip, really easy to attach, just like so, and I clip it on my belt, so I make sure that my remote's always with me. Okay, that comes with the lanyard, but you can purchase a lot of different accessories like that. That's the Mini Educator. Really cool tool. Look at my other videos to go into why we even do e-collar training, why it's such a great way of training your dog, whether you got a happy-go-lucky dog or an aggressive dog and anything in between. Really, really nice tool. If you have any questions, please let me know. That's the Mini Educator by e-collar Technologies. Hope you enjoyed it. Hope it was helpful. Please feel free to let me know what you thought of the video, if it was helpful to you. I hope so. Stay tuned for more of my videos by Chloe's Critter Care. I'm Chloe. Talk to you later. Bye.